happens when your first love isn't a person, but words? When your truest joy comes from ink-stained pages and coffee rings on notebooks before anything else? Where that stillness just before a sentence takes form? Writing has always been my safe place. Long before the candles, the soaps, the perfumes. Long before social media posts. But somewhere between perfecting my formulas and crafting labels and all that jazz, I realised I'd stopped writing just for me. I was building something that I thought was beautiful and neglecting the very thing that built me. How sad. Hey, welcome back to the Dressing Gown Diaries, where we keep it comfy, chaotic, and just a tiny bit confessional. And today's episode is it's a little bit special. I'm adding a new section called the Writer's Corner. Because before I became the woman behind a self-care line, I was a writer. I am a writer, a poet, a journaling queen, a chronic overthinker who healed herself through her pen. I used to write every single day, not to get likes or followers, but for my own freedom. And somewhere along the way, between invoices and ingredients orders, I've forgotten how sacred that freedom really is. But the truth is, when you're a creative and an entrepreneur, your art can quite easily become business. And your business can quite easily smother your art. You start writing for the algorithm instead of the ache in your chest. You trade your journal for spreadsheets, and suddenly the thing that once healed you starts to feel like work. It's not a nice place. It's not a good feeling. That was me. The girl who poured her heart into words every day was now pouring oils and scents into jars and forgetting how to write a single line for herself. I had to pause. I had to stop for a minute and regroup and ask myself, why am I doing it? What's it all for? And it wasn't because the words had run out, but because I needed to remember that I started all of this to support my writing. So I went back to my roots and I lit a candle and I opened up my old journal, and the words just kept coming, flooding back to me, raw, real, and completely and totally necessary. You know? Because some loves never leave. They wait. Beneath the noise, beneath the deadlines, in the softness. And it's in that softness that you remember who you are. I was reminded that writing isn't something that I do. It's something I need so that I can come home to myself. It's my form of alchemy the way I turn my pain into beauty and the chaos of my life into clarity. Words become healing. So when I make soap, when I pour candles, and when I write poetry, it's all the same ritual. It's just different mediums that I use to make the same magic. Because writing is still my first love. It's just evolved from pen to product, paper to practice. It's just a different medium. It's all creation, isn't it? And I believe creativity is spirituality. The spark of creation. How can it not be? So, let's take a breath, a deep breath. Welcome to my Writer's Corner. A sacred and soulful spot for storytelling and creative truth telling. This part of the Dressing Gown Diaries is where I trade business for beauty and noise for nuance. And lately, I've been thinking about how healing hides in the smallest sentences. The ones we write when no one's watching. Not the polished paragraphs or the curated captions, but those raw midnight confessions that never make it past the page. You know, the kind of words that spill out between tears and coffee, or tears and tea, whatever you prefer to drink. When we stop performing and start feeling. Writing reminds me that I don't need to have it all together. I just need to tell the truth beautifully on the page. My truth. Because healing doesn't come from perfection. It comes from honesty. It's in the shaky handwriting, the ink smudges. You know? The pages that we almost tear to pieces and chuck in the bin. But we don't. It's in the courage to look at your own reflection on the page and say, this is me. Messy, magical, still becoming and evolving every single day. You know? So, here's a little something I want to share with you from my upcoming book, Beautiful Warrior. And I don't know why I've not been sharing my work, my writing. It's almost easier to share soaps, candles, tangible products than my writing. So here goes. It's an excerpt from the book. The stars above hold sway over my temperament, guiding me through the intricate dance of existence. By sharing my history with the world, I release its hold over me. Reclaiming my power, I reclaim my autonomy and pave the way for a future unencumbered by the shadows of the past. Goddesses wage war against demons while the faces of humans conceal unseen evils, leaving the innocent often overlooked It feels as if I'm walking down a country lane in the dead of night, shrouded in dense fog with only the faint glow of cat's eyes guarding my way. The road ahead remains darkened, but I place my trust in my guides, surrendering to the strength of my ancestry and acknowledging the depth of my pain. Through hardship, I've been endowed with the gift of resilience, a reminder that true worth is established through struggle. I find in my voice, knowing that emotions, however overwhelming, cannot extinguish my spirit. What I've endured cuts deeper than the ocean. I once doubted my ability to survive, yet this is my new reality, a tribute to my determination, not only to survive, but to thrive. Life marches forward relentlessly, leaving the departed beyond its grasp. That's an excerpt from the book. And it's just weird to actually hear it out loud. So, it's your turn. It's your turn. What's been sitting heavy on your heart lately? Write it down, even if it's messy. What's one truth you've been afraid to write about? Leave a few lines in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're dealing with. I normally record early in the morning, but today has been one of those days. So I've got a quiet minute at night. Nobody's about. It's quiet. It's lovely. So that's today's moment inside the Writer's Corner. Just a little softness, a little soul, and a reminder that your words are your power. So if you're listening and you've ever let your creativity take a back seat, here's your reminder. Your art misses you. It doesn't care if it's messy, unfinished, or unposted. It just wants you back. Because your creativity isn't a luxury. It's a lifeline. And every time you write, paint, sing, or create, you're giving your soul permission to breathe again. So dust off that journal, light that candle, and write your way home. Let's see what the Dark Goddess has got to say about all of this today, shall we? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's see what message wants to come through for those returning to their first love, their art. And today we have Ma'at. Ma'at. balance. Sometimes you've got to destroy before you can create. That's just a fact. Destruction comes before creation, they say. Equilibrium sets you free. So focus on integrity. Scales of justice weighs all blight. Releasing judgment keeps the heart light. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. Stop judging yourself too harshly and stop judging others. Judgment is absolutely pointless. It's a waste of energy. It's best to use that energy to do something productive. You know, because if somebody wants to not be honest with you, let them be in it. But know that the worst is behind you. It's time to live now, man. It's time to live. The worst is over. So keep yourself balanced, grounded. Do all you can to look after yourself. Do you need a moment of calm? Because cleansing isn't just about the surface, is it now? It's a ritual for the soul. I believe luxury isn't just out of reach. It's not. I've got a little sample for you if you want one. Just head to the website and apply for one. Soap samples, so you can try out my soaps. It's as simple as that. Postage is free. It's all free. All you got to do is ask. Yeah? And when you claim your soap sample pack, you're going to get VIP access with VIP offers and free readings via email. Free tarot readings by email, sorry. You know? You'll get 2 soaps. You know, one scented, one unscented. And a little perfume to sample. Because real ones don't just listen. They walk with me. If you're interested, go grab one. The link's in the description. I'm Yema. And this has been Dressing Gown Diaries. Here's to reclaiming your peace, one deep breath and one small luxury at a time. So till next time, stay soft, stay strong, and if all else fails, light a candle, lather up, and remind yourself that you deserve nice things too. Peace.